Here's David. And here's Rick. Here they are, America's favorite family, the Nelsons.
You looking for something, Dave?
What makes you think so?
It's just a wild guess.
Yeah, I'm looking for the correspondence from the Harrison Company.
Oh, just a second. Why don't you try looking for it now? You want to know why it hasn't been filed sooner? I haven't had time.
Yeah, we are running a little behind schedule around here, aren't we?
I'm afraid so.
Did you get a chance to do that mimeography?
Not yet.
How about the copies of the Andrews deposition?
Well, stop asking me so many embarrassing questions.
Sorry.
One word about those pencils and I'll quit.
Hi, Dave.
Good morning, Judge Roberts.
Don't stop. I like to see a young lawyer working his way up.
Well, somebody has to do it, and good secretaries are hard to find.
That's for sure. Is Mr. Kelly in?
Well, he was here earlier this morning, but he'll be in court the rest of the afternoon.
Thought we might have lunch together and talk over a few things. How about you?
Oh, thanks. I'd love to, but I've got a lot of work to do here today.
Oh, come on now. How long is it going to take you to sharpen a few pencils?
Well, I wish that was all there was to it, but I have to empty the wastebaskets after that.
You fellas have a law clerk around here?
Yeah, I wish we did.
Well, you used to. I seem to remember a young man running around here with a confused look on his face.
Yes, sir, that was me.
Yes, I guess it was. Well, it's about time you were getting another one.
Yeah, I think I'll check into that. It's a good idea.
Good morning, Judge Roberts.
Good morning.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but these letters should go out in the mail pickups in about 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Did you finish that stuff I dictated to you?
No, I haven't had a chance to get at that yet.
Oh, maybe I better mail these and you can finish the others.
Okay.
Yeah, let me have them. I'll mail them on my way out.
Oh, thank you, Judge.
Don't you have any stamps here?
Coming right up.
Yeah, give me some of those. How much does this job pay?
Oh, hi, Dave. Come on in. It's good to see you.
Thanks. Is Rick here?
Yeah, he's out in the kitchen.
Oh, good. Chris said he was coming over. I wanted to talk to him.
Oh, now that's a little disappointing. I thought you'd come over to see the old folks.
You better not let Mom hear you say that.
But she's out in the kitchen. She can't hear a thing.
I can too. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Rick. Hi, Dave. What do you got there? I thought June and I borrowed everything that wasn't nailed down.
A couple of cake pans. I guess you missed them.
I hope you didn't come over to borrow the same thing.
No, I just dropped by to talk to Rick.
Well, what can I do for you?
Well, it might be what I can do for you. How would you like a job?
Well, doing what?
Well, we've been thinking about hiring a law clerk down at the office, and I thought you might be interested.
Are you kidding?
No.
Sounds great.
Well, yeah. Of course, I could only work part-time.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Do you think you could work it in with your studies and all?
Well, yeah, I've got a lot of spare time, at least until spring practice starts.
I think it sounds like a great opportunity, Rick.
Yeah, I know it does.
Of course, you realize it isn't exactly the most glamorous job in the world, especially in the beginning.
Oh, I know that.
And you won't be handling any big cases right away. But it'll be a good opportunity to get some experience.
Well, I hate to brag, but I honestly think I can run errands and lick stamps as well as the next guy.
That's the kind of talk I like to hear. You're hired. When would you like to start?
Well, I don't have any classes tomorrow morning. Is that too soon?
No, that's great.
Well, see how easy it is when you know the right people?
Well, that's the way it goes. Congratulations, son.
Oh, thanks, Pop.
Yeah, good luck, dear.
Thanks, Mom.
I really think it's a great opportunity. Get a chance to see how cases are handled and get some valuable practical experience.
And you'll be working with your own brother.
Well, you got to take the bitter with the sweet.
Incidentally, how you doing in school this term?
Oh, not too bad. I'm having a little struggle with conflict of laws.
Well, it's kind of a dull subject anyway.
I'll bet you'd be a lot of help to Dave in the office. What was that case you were explaining to Chris the other night?
Oh, that. Well, you probably remember it, Dave. Walker versus McPherson. It's a New Jersey case.
No, not offhand.
Well, it was on a theory of proximate causes. The Stanley steamer sprang a leak and frightened a farmer's horse, and he kicked over a fence, and a prize bull got loose and broke his leg.
Well, I'll tell you what. If we get a case like that, we'll let you handle it.
I better get on home. I want to tell Chris the good news.
Well, it was nice seeing you guys.
Same here.
Yeah, thanks, Mom.
Tell the girls I said hello.
Okay.
Wait a second. What about the pans?
Well, you might as well keep them. Now that I've got a job, I can buy something.
Don't be too hasty. We haven't discussed your salary yet.
Oh, talk to my agent.
So long, fellas.
Bye.
Isn't it wonderful?
Sure is.
I can just see their names on the door now. Nelson and Nelson.
Dave's just about getting started, and Rick's only going to be a law clerk, and he hasn't even started yet.
Well, once they start working together, it won't take them long.
Yes, Mother.
Well, it won't. Dave will take good care of him. Rick will learn a lot more about working on cases with David to help him than he would if it were some stranger.
Well, Rick won't be working on any law cases. He'll be opening the mail and running errands.
Oh, come on now. David won't have him doing things like that.
Of course he will. That's what he's there for. I just hope Rick doesn't take advantage of Dave just because he's his brother.
Well, now, what do you mean by that?
Well, I hope he doesn't goof off, you know.
Oh, how can you say a thing like that? Rick's very conscientious and a good worker. And besides, the boys have always gotten along very well together.
I know that. Of course, they've had their little disagreements. All brothers do.
Oh, well, if you mean the time David ran Ricky's pants up on the flagpole, they weren't really mad at each other.
Why did David do that?
Well, because Ricky'd thrown his bicycle into the lake.
Oh, yeah. Would you, I wonder why Rick would do a thing like that.
Because David pulled his tent stakes up.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a long time ago. And they probably don't even remember it by now.
Oh, of course not. At least I hope not. Do you remember when the boys went into the lemonade business?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I say, do you remember when the boys went into the lemonade business?
Oh, yeah, they were partners, weren't they?
No, they were rivals. Don't you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Do you really think it was David who put the salt in Ricky's lemonade?
I don't know. I'd forgotten all about it.
Well, that's what Ricky claimed when he tied David's shoelaces in knots.
Watch the picture.
Ozzie,
Yeah?
do you remember that cute little girl with the red hair and green eyes, the one you liked so much?
You mean that crazy gal at the Randolph's New Year's Eve party? The one who fell down the stairs?
I mean that cute little girl Ricky used to go with in junior high school.
Oh!
I think her name was Susie.
Oh, yeah. Now, wait a second. I thought she went with David.
Well, she did. Don't you remember? She had a date to go to the movies with Ricky, and David locked him in the cellar.
How do you remember all those things? Anyhow, I'm sure they straightened it out somehow.
No, I don't think they did. Not really.
Will you stop worrying about the boys? They'll get along fine. What are you doing?
Never mind. You go take your bath or whatever you're going to do. Hello, David?
Oh, hi, Mom.
Oh, I didn't mean to wake you up. Are you in bed?
Oh, no, I'm just doing some work. Oh, what's the matter?
You won't be too hard on Rick tomorrow, will you?
What do you mean?
Well, after all, don't forget he's your brother.
Oh, sure. I know that, Mom.
Well, you know what I mean. Give him something a little important to do.
Don't worry, I will.
I know you will, dear. Your father was just a little worried. Good night, dear. Don't stay up too late now. Okay. You'll take good care of him.
Well, of course he will. And what's the idea of telling him I was worried?
Well, you were. I can tell.
Well, I wasn't, and I'm not now. Besides, if I were worried, it wouldn't be about Dave taking advantage of Rick. I just hope Rick realizes he's not going in there as a member of the firm or even as a lawyer. He's just a law clerk, and he has to start right where David started.
Well, I'm sure he realizes that. What are you doing?
I'm going to call Rick. We don't want him starting any trouble either. Oh, hi.
Good morning. I hope you don't mind eating in the kitchen.
No, food tastes just as good out there. Where are you going this morning?
What do you mean?
Oh, I kind of get the feeling you give me the rush act here.
Well, now, how do you figure that?
Well, after you've been married as long as we have, you can kind of sense these things. You need a little extra time to fix your hair and pick out a dress. So you give your poor old husband the rush act.
You got it all figured out, haven't you?
Well, haven't I?
Not necessarily.
Well, you could have fooled me. Where are you going this morning?
Downtown.
I thought so.
Well, they're having a sale down at the Emporium, so I thought I'd go down and pick up a pair of shoes and then stop by the jeweler's and have my watch cleaned. Is there anything I can do for you?
Oh, yeah. When you get to Dave's office, say hello to the boys for me.
What makes you think I was going to go by and see the boys?
Oh, I thought I detected a mother hen look in your eyes.
Well, they're my sons, and I can worry about them if I want to.
Oh, I have no objection to that. I just thought maybe while you're clucking around here, you might come up with a couple of soft-boiled eggs for me.
And this is what you call a secretary.
Hi, Secretary.
Hi, Rick. Welcome to the office.
Thanks.
He comes very highly recommended.
Oh, really?
Yes, my mother and father love him.
Look, don't laugh. I've learned a few things at school that might be very helpful at the office here. Well, like Walker versus McPherson, for instance. Oh, of course, you probably never heard of that.
Oh, you mean the New Jersey case, where the Stanley steamer frightened the farmer's horse?
Oh, how'd you know about that?
Dave warned me you'd probably come up with that one. Hello? Mr. Nelson? Just a moment.
Oh, is that for me?
Not this time. Judge Roberts, Dave.
Thanks, Connie. I'll take it in my office. Oh, put him to work, will you?
I'll do my best. Now, let's see. Maybe you'd like to start out by acquainting yourself with some of the cases we're handling here.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
You can go over them in the files.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and while you're there, maybe you wouldn't mind filing these.
Oh, okay. A under A and B under B?
Well, yeah, if you want to file up our filing system.
Yes, Judge. What can I do for you?
Well, if you're still serious about hiring a clerk for your office, I'd like to send my nephew over to see you this morning.
Your nephew?
Yes, my sister's boy, Carlisle Vanderpool. He's a law student and a darn good one. In fact, he had straight A's last semester. And that's why I want him to get started with a good firm.
Oh, yes, sir. I can understand that. The only thing,
Now,
though...
you understand there's no obligation. I don't want you to think I'm applying any pressure. I'm just sending him over so you can take a look at him. I thought of your firm because we've always had such good relations between our offices.
Yes, I know.
And if he doesn't shape up down there, don't you hesitate to fire him. You just treat him like anybody else.
Oh, I'm sure he's a fine young man.
Now, I mean, just because we happen to be in a position to throw a lot of business your way is no reason to give him any special treatment.
Well, I appreciate your interest, Judge, but...
Thank you, Dave. He's on his way over right now. Oh, will you excuse me? I have a long-distance call coming in. And thanks for everything, Dave.
Judge? Judge? Connie?
Yes, Dave.
Is Rick still out there?
Oh, well, sure.
Oh, yeah, figures he would be. Does he look happy?
Oh, yes, I'd say so.
Thanks a lot. Yeah?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Come on in. I'm afraid we've got a little problem here this morning.
Well, you've called in the right man. Now, as I recall, the Stanley steamer was owned by McPherson, and the cow was owned by Walker. Now, I'll brief the case and have it on your desk in a half an hour.
I wish it was that easy.
Well, what's the matter?
Well, Judge Roberts is sending his favorite nephew over here to apply for a job clerking in the office.
You mean there's going to be two of us?
No.
What are you going to do, fire me?
No, of course not.
Oh, that's a relief. It wouldn't look too impressive on my employment record. At Dobson, Kelly, and Nelson? Yes, sir, I worked there for 10 minutes.
Relax, will you?
Would you guys please talk a little louder? I can't hear what you're saying.
Come on and join the group.
I don't get it. Why don't you just tell him you already had a law clerk?
Well, I tried. I just couldn't seem to fit it into the conversation. Besides, he's not an easy man to tell anything to. He tells you.
Well, if it's that important, why don't I just step aside?
No, I don't want you to do that.
Well, what I mean is I don't want you to keep me around here just because I'm your brother.
Look, that has nothing to do with it. The job is yours. I'm just trying to figure out some way of getting out of this thing gracefully.
Well, who knows? Maybe the judge's nephew won't like it over here.
Hey, yeah.
Well, why shouldn't he like it with a young, hard-working boss like you and a beautiful secretary like Miss Edwards?
That settles it. This boy has to stay.
Right. And I think you came up with the answer.
I did? What'd I say?
You said maybe he won't like it over here.
Can I help you?
Yes. My name is Carlisle Vanderpool. I have an appointment to see Mr. Nelson.
Yes, I know.
It was arranged by my uncle, Judge Roberts.
Yes, won't you sit down for a moment, please?
Uncle Roy said Mr. Nelson would see me immediately.
Mr. Nelson, Mr. Carlisle, excuse me, did you say Vanderpool?
Vanderpool. Carlisle Vanderpool III.
Oh, yes, sir. Mr. Carlisle Vanderpool III to see you. Thank you. He'll be with you in just a moment.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. It won't happen again. I forgot the mustard on Mr. Nelson's sandwich.
Oh, that's too bad.
Will he be going out on any more appointments this afternoon?
Not that I know of.
Well, that's good. I can wash his car this evening.
Is there something wrong with your ankle?
Oh, yeah, I was dusting behind the filing cabinets in the other office there, and they fell over on my big toe.
Oh, that's a shame. Are you going to see a doctor?
No, Mr. Nelson said to wait until Saturday. That's my day off.
Oh, that's good thinking.
Have you seen my desk cloth?
Yeah, it's over there on the desk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and don't forget, you still have to repair the mimeograph machine and empty all the wastebaskets. Oh, and Mrs. Peabody's coming over in about an hour. I imagine she'll want you to walk her dog while she's in conference with Mr. Nelson.
Oh, is she bringing that Great Dane with her?
Well, I imagine so.
Yeah, but he always bites me.
I'm sure he doesn't mean to. He's just playful.
Well, he tore the sleeve right out of my jacket the last time. Oh, hi. Are you the one who's applying for the job? I mean, as a clerk?
Yes.
Oh, good. Will you be taking my place? I sure hope you make it.
I guess you can learn a lot working in an office like this, huh?
Oh, sure. Well, I didn't know anything about greasing a car or refinishing desks before I came here. Be sure you use a safety belt when you wash the windows. And remember, don't look down.
Well, don't you get a chance to work on any of the cases at all?
Shh. Whatever you do, don't mention anything like that around here. What are you doing down here?
Well, I was just downtown. I thought I'd stop in and say hello. How you getting along?
Oh, pretty good. They're keeping me busy.
Oh.
How's he doing out there?
He's got me convinced.
Clerk?
Yes, sir.
I don't hear that vacuum cleaner going out there.
Yes, sir. I'll get busy.
Was that David?
Well, yes, ma'am. Mr. David Nelson. Is there something I can do for you?
I just thought you might like to go to lunch with me.
Oh, I'm not allowed to go out for lunch.
Well, you have to eat something. Shall I bring you a sandwich?
Oh, no, thanks, Mom, really.
I still don't hear that vacuum cleaner.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure that was David?
Oh, Mom, maybe you had better get me a sandwich. That is, if you don't mind.
And tell Mr. David Nelson I'd like to have a little talk with him when I get back.
Would you give Mr. Nelson a message for me, too?
Okay.
Tell him I don't think I have the necessary qualifications for the job.
Okay, I'll do that.
Am I going to hear that vacuum cleaner or not?
Come on in and do it yourself, you old grouch. Where is he? He just left. The poor guy couldn't take it.
Oh, great. I told you Rick was doing a good job.
I'm afraid it kind of shook up Mom a little, though.
Mom?
Well, yeah, she came in while I was vacuuming, and you were growling at me over the intercom.
Oh, my gosh. Well, did you explain it to her?
Well, I didn't have a chance. Carlisle III was sitting right there.
Well, where's your mother now?
Well, she probably went out to get a lawyer and disown me.
No, she went out to get me a sandwich. I said something about not being allowed out for lunch.
She's going to come back here and hit me with something.
Hey, why don't we have a little surprise for her when she gets back?
Like what?
Well, let's prove to her that you really weren't taking advantage of me.
Hey, yeah, put her on a little.
Look, if you don't mind, I think we've had enough games for today. I am allowed to go to lunch, and I'm leaving right now.
You didn't explain everything.
Yeah, Mom will be back any minute.
Well, thanks for warning me. I'll sneak out the back way.
Chicken.
Harriet!
Well, what are you doing here?
Well, I just thought I'd go up and see if one of the boys would like to have lunch with me.
Oh, well, David might, but Ricky's stuck with the vacuum cleaner.
What?
I told David not to take advantage of Rick.
Well, are you kidding? I'm afraid Rick's taking advantage of David.
Well, I don't know. I was just upstairs, and David has Ricky doing the vacuuming.
Well, maybe that's part of the job.
Of being a law clerk. And not only that, Ricky stopped vacuuming just long enough to talk to me, and David started yelling at him through the intercom.
You must be exaggerating.
Well, you come on back with me and see for yourself.
And therefore, it is my recommendation that you accept the settlement without further discussion. Cordially, Eric H. Nelson, law clerk, etc., etc. Oh, hi, Mom. Pop.
Well, hi.
Would you get that out right away, please? And be careful of the spelling and the punctuation. Have a seat. I'll get David. David, would you come in here?
Where's the vacuum cleaner?
Oh, hi, Mom. Pop.
Hi.
Oh, here, let me light that for you.
Oh, no, that's okay. I just want to chew it.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you guys, what's the gag?
Yeah, who do you think you're putting on?
Oh, Rick just went on strike. I have to do all the dusting and everything.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Oh, excuse me. We were just having a little fun here in the office. This is my mother and father and my brother Rick.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Sir? Rick's going to work in the office here. Is there a new law clerk?
Oh?
Well, I can explain, Judge. You see, when I talked to you this morning, we'd already hired Rick for the job. I know I should have said something about it, but, well, I just couldn't seem to work it into the conversation.
Well, that explains quite a few things.
Oh, and I'm awfully sorry about Carlisle.
Oh, don't worry about him. I'll give him a job in my office. It'll make my sister happier anyway.
Oh, good.
That isn't what I came over to see you about.
Why don't you step into my office?
Nice to meet you.
Well, it's nice to have met you.
Thank you.
Would you excuse us for a minute?
Oh, sure. You can't say it isn't exciting working in a law office.
You sure can.
Well, actually, Mom, when you walked in, we were putting on a little act to discourage Judge Roberts' nephew. He was looking for a job here. My job.
Well, I knew there was something funny going on, but I wasn't sure just what it was.
And don't worry about Dave and me getting along. We're going to get along just fine. See, what I don't think you realize, Dave's not only my brother, he's my best friend.
Oh, I know that, dear.
Oh, sure. We know that. It's just that your mother was a little worried last night.
Oh, no, dear. Rick's the one you called, remember?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Rick.
Oh, yes, sir. What do you need? Pencils, stamps, empty your wastebaskets?
It's the darndest thing. You see, the judge has this client who collects vintage automobiles, you know, old cars, and fixes them up.
Oh, no, a Stanley steamer?
That's right. And believe it or not, it got out of control and scared a horse at a rally last week.
You know, I think I will have a light.
See, I believe you said that was a New Jersey case?
That's right, 1908, Walker versus McPherson.
Thank you. By the way, the judge and I'd like a couple of ham sandwiches.
And then there was this other case. It comes under the heading of justifiable homicide.